All right, good morning, everybody. This is Gino out in the desert, just south of Las Vegas, on about 30 minutes. My favorite shooting spot. Today's event's going to be Gordon versus Gordon. Gordon 14.5 versus Gordon 12.5. With their respective suppressors. 14.5 Gordon, this guy here with a M4 suppressor, and a 12.5 Gordon with a OCM5 suppressor. This suppressor is heavier than this one by a roll of quarters. That's how much more this guy weighs. This guy is titanium. Really saves the weight. The lowers are the same. Buttstock is the same. On my earlier YouTube I had on this, which I deleted, I didn't think I did a fair assessment of it. And there was a pretty good comment a person had made on it, saying that basically in effect that let's see some Gordons, real ones. So, and bit of view, this is what this YouTube's all about. Okay, so we're gonna start afresh, and this is what we're going to do. The optics, you know, I really would have liked to use aim point, Patrolman Pro, or the arms low profile holder, but I ran out of money. Okay, so I spent a lot of money here, so if you guys are inclined to send me some coin to get those aim points, I'd be more than happy to spend it. I would. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there, whatever you guys want to do. Okay, what else is different? Items that are on this: the bad lever, the Odin extended ambidextrous safety, rise pin, VCM vertical grip. We're going to be shooting at 100, 200, and 300 yards respectively for each particular rifle here, to see how they're doing on a rifle rest, dot to the dot and the target. As you notice here, they look relatively the same length. The 14.5, when the suppressor goes over the barrel, it goes over the sleeve of the barrel about 4.5 inches. So that's a lot of barrel to cover. This guy, 12.5 inch Gordon, when the suppressor goes over the barrel, it's only doing 2.5. But that one is lighter. And I already shot them both, and hands down, the 12.5 is the way to go. I'm sorry. That's a personal Gordon, but originally his was a 14.5. That's the only reason why I said that. This guy being heavier, nose heavy. I've got 8 CR123 batteries in this buttstock to try to even out the weight, not to make it so damn nose heavy. And I got a heavier buttstock here. We'll weigh these rifles with the suppressor on to give you an idea of what you're dealing with. I try to be all inclusive here in these videos because people are going to be asking questions. Why did they do? Oh, we did that. Okay, that's me. Let's see what else is. Yeah, I just got the carry handle and a Picatinny rail to go for it, just like yesterday. So the weather has been crap, so I'm really behind on putting this video out. Okay, let's do some weighing here. Zero it out. Okay, this is a 12.5 Gordon with suppressor on and all the other hardware. We're looking at 8.7. Okay, 14.5 with the M4 suppressor. We're looking at 9.7. Whole pound over here. Alright, some comparative shopping here. 14.5 is in the cradle. It's 12.5 with the California compliant magazine. I should add 10 shots. You're right. And that's about it right there. That is bad. This would scare a pit bull out of a meat market, man. I always love this setup. Okay, the 12.5 is losing it at distance. It's about 300 yards. It's starting to go off to the right. I'll show you the target here. And I think 250 is the limit for 12.5. Orange dots are the 14.5. Zero it in at 50, shooting at 100, 200, starts falling at 3. The regular holes themselves, ignore this guy. Again, the 12.5 is zeroed at 50, 100 yards, 200 yards, and that is 3. So I'm assuming 250 somewhere around here. That's about the limit for that particular platform slash optic. I need to compare it with the flat top aspect of it and see if the drop is still the same. I can't remember off the top of my head. Seems to be holding it together at distance, but it's a cumbersome setup. It's nose heavy, strangely balanced. It's a pound heavier. I just feel more comfortable with the 12.5. I've just got to learn what my limitations are. 250, that's it. This is going to be another good day. I am really ecstatic. I do get excited when I bring my toys out to the desert, but today is an exceptional day. We're going to be doing Gordon 12.5 versus Gordon 14.5. Both of them concurrently with their respective suppressors. This is a 14.5 with the M4 suppressor. This is a 12.5 with an OCM 5 suppressor. Both of these uppers are from Thoroughbred Armament. I did try to go through Charlie's Customs, and that's all I'm going to say about them. Okay? If you can do any business with them, use a credit card so you can get your money back. That's all I'm going to say. Well, Thoroughbred Armament has never let me down. They're fast. They have phenomenal products. As you can see here, you can buy the uppers without the receiver if you choose to. You can plug in your own receiver. Oh, I highly recommend them. You know, I don't really do a highly recommend on my YouTubes on specific companies that make their products, but these guys are kicking it. These guys are just knocking it out of the park, and I'm very pleased with them. This one's already zeroed in. This one is not. Already done a performance profile with this guy, which I'll show you a little later. Once I zero this in, which are both zeroed in to 50, I'll show you the performance profile on that one. And this one should beat it in the distance, but this one's a smaller package. I elected to keep the stocks the same. Now they're kind of antiquated, but they do serve a purpose. I like it that they're heavier, helps balance out the back end, because it can be front heavy, especially this guy here, the 14.5. The lower is exactly the same. I got a G&G Picatinny rail mounted to the FSB. You can put your weapons light on that instead of trying to tape it to a handguard. I understand why they did that back then, but okay, we're past that now. Knight's armament, hand stop. Not really necessary, but I like the fact that I do have a quick disconnect on the front end of these boys. And they're like over $500 on Gunbroker. When they first came out, they were $84. These greedy bastards. Brand new Trijicon SRS. Very rare. They're like unicorns now. I feel very fortunate. I'm very pleased with what I've got here and what I have to show for you all today. This is stellar. So without further ado, let's make this happen. All right, this has already been done, but for the sake of you guys on the internet, I'm going to do this for your benefit, not mine. This is a Geisley suppressor alignment gauge. In this day and age where suppressors are very common, like I said on Mark 12 Part 2 video I have on YouTube, this would explain it a little more in depth. But this is a necessary item you have to do. Okay, you saw through the picture, it was concentric. The rod within the end of the suppressor cap. Again, this shows the true of the suppressor, the mount, and the barrel. Everything is concise. There will be no issues of a possible baffle strike when you pull the trigger on that. Again, this is something you would just do at home. No need to bring the rod out here, but for the sake of your all benefit out there, I will do that. And once you do this check out of the field, you need to take the rod out right away, because it's easy to forget. As I said before in the Mark 12 Part 2 video, it's easy to be sidetracked out here and forget the rod is installed, and you do the math. You'll know what's going to happen when you pull that trigger. Don't want to be a part of that action. Okay, for the record, this is my ammunition of choice. Always been my ammunition of choice for these type of firearms. It's a PMC X-Tac 55 grain. Relatively inexpensive, plentiful. Very solid general purpose ammunition. We're going to be zeroing in at 50 yards. The target's all set up. Once we get it zeroed in at 50 yards, then we'll push out and do some performance parameter records. Especially in this game, you got to question everything. To be honest with you, the Holosun 510C has got a wider picture. I think you old salts know about the blue tint of the glass itself on the SRS. Okay. Okay, once around. Okay, again, we're at 50 yards here where the zero is at for the setup. So I took the can off, and this is what we got. Floppy, but basically you see they're falling south. Again, we're zeroed at 50, so that's 100 yards minus that extra hole in there. That was from another range. There's 200, 250. 150 is here to there. 300, I fired 3 shots at 300 and we're getting this. So 300 is the limitation of the setup. A weakness of the Trijicon SRS is once you're shooting in the direction of the sun, and I mean I am shooting in the direction of the sun, there's a lot of reflectivity of the electronics, for lack of a better word, at the moment. I don't have that at all with the Holosun. I can see a slight outline of the hood, but nothing compared to what I'm. If you could see what I'm seeing right now, you'd be a little hard pressed to find the red dot. So this does not do well shooting in direct sunlight. All right, back at it again. This is day 2. This may take 3 days by the time I'm done. One issue with the suppressors that I have to be honest about, they are coming loose on or about somewhere between 10 and 20 shots, even though you do a good hand tight on them. So I'm going to try an old trick. So we'll give that a shot. All right. We'll know by the 20th shot whether that works or not. Okay, this is the Trijicon SRS, which I had a lot of high hopes for. It's giving me grief. I think it needs a kill flash. So I bought one like yesterday. It should be here in about a week. A kill flash and a lens cover will go on the front of this guy. So I'm hoping to get rid of that that reflection of electronics when this optic is pointing towards the direction of the sun. I mean, it looks good, it really does. Alright, she zeroed in, didn't take a whole lot of shots, wasn't too far off. He came off another AR-15, 0 for 50, it was only off by about 3 inches. I'm going to do some firing drills, weight, balance, feel. We're going to come into play. I'm going to try to keep both versions in sight. I'm a lefty, but I will switch for the benefit of a few guys who are, majority who are righties. Okay, I swapped out the footstock here since it's heavier and I got batteries in the back end. I'm going to need it on this model, 14.5. I'm not gonna lie, I feel the weight on the front end. A little slower. You can feel it in the shoulders here. The leverage working against me in the front end. Well, I prefer the 12.5 when it comes to moving around. It's not as nose heavy, slow and cumbersome as a 14.5, just being honest. Okay, I'll shoot righty for you guys. Feels more comfortable this way. And more accurate. Sorry, that's just the way it is. A little blowback with the suppressor. I'll try putting the radiant charging handle that has those vents at the top end. Personally, I don't really think going to change anything. If it does, it's probably going to be so minute that I won't notice. I tried it on the Knight's Armament with a center suppressor, and it didn't really buy me a whole lot. Take more time to play with to get used to the on balance of it all. Time for the 12.5. Okay. Swapped out the stock. Now it's on this guy. I gotta say it, I favor the 12.5. That's it. If I had to make one choice between these two rifles, it's going to be the 12.5. The upper again from Thoroughbred Armament. Both of them, as a matter of fact. Stay in the frame here. spits back a little more at you. All right. Again, this is a Gordon 12.5, left-handed, at 50 yards. Ooh, not bad. Digging it. Okay, 14.5 at 50 yards. I ran out of bullets yesterday, so I have to finish this last volley, and we'll see which one shoots better, the 12.5 or the 14.5. My money says the 12.5. We'll find out now. Let's go down there and take a look. Tighter on the 12.5. The longer barrel, augmented with the suppressor, M4 suppressor. Like I said, it really makes it nose heavy. You gotta kind of fight that. I imagine in time you could probably train yourself. You would train yourself to get used to that. But based on all my tests, like for the last 3 days or so, I have to gravitate to the 12.5. Is the favorite of the two. It's the better choice. Unfortunately, you can't come to these conclusions unless you spend a shitload of money and actually have the hardware out here to go head to head. It's an expensive proposition at best to go this route, but